Welcome to the Traders Help Desk Online video collection. In this video, I actually want to show an update on the USDJPY trade that I took. And I showed this to you in the live trading room when we were looking at using the radar screen. At that time, on the weekly, there were only two currencies that were actually bright blue. One was the USDJPY, the other was the Aussie JPY. And I opted to trade the USDJPY. I took a long position, and as you can see, actually was able to get all three clippers. Now, what happened after I entered the USDJPY? As you can see on the radar screen, the Euro Yen turned bright blue. The British Pound Yen turned bright blue. The Swiss Franc Yen turned bright blue, and the New Zealand yen turned bright blue. So as you can see on this euro, which is on the right side of the screen, let me align this so you actually see. As you can see, when the USD/JPY was pulling back to the ATR, the euro yen was actually pulling back to the SMA. As it approached the SMA, you had volume divergence. You also had a magenta peak that formed. Now that did not form until this bar was building. So if you had entered this long position, on the next bar you actually did get confirmation that price would be going upwards because of the magenta peak. On the British Pound Yen, and again, you want to make sure that you are lining them up here. You can see exactly the same thing happened. You got volume divergence on this bar as it pulled back to the slow moving average, and then a pop to the upside. On the Swiss Franc Yen, again, you get a pullback to the slow moving average, and this is acting as support for price to go up. It does it on diverging volume, and again you get a pop to the upside. Again, this one was confirmed on the next bar because you had a magenta peak come in. Then on the New Zealand yen, you see exactly the same setup. Pull back to the SMA. And on this one, there was no volume divergence, but sellers did not increase either. So on this one, you can see there was no increase on sellers. If you're measuring from this low, which you very well could, then from here to here, you did have volume divergence. But again, this is just showing you that the slow moving average is acting as support. So although I went into the USDJPY, anyone that watched the presentation could actually have entered the Euro Yen, the British Pound Yen, the Swiss Yen, and the New Zealand Yen. So that's just an easy way for you to actually watch the weekly radar screens, look for the bright colors, and simply go into the trend of the higher time frame.